flip. I could make my trunk jump, wave, hop and skip. I got diamonds in your face like my partner lip flip. I could make my trunk jump, wave, hop and skip. I got diamonds in your face like my partner lip flip. I could make my trunk jump, wave, hop and skip. I got diamonds in your face like my partner lip flip. I could make my trunk wave, hop and skip.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's that Superman lover coming to you one more time on a special day because I got a special guest. Today, I have somebody who I've met in March, and I like to call him a dear friend. Just from March, upstanding gentleman. So let me put down for you. DISD graduate, class of '90 from Oak Cliff Golden Bears, Texas A&M graduate, president of Desoto Swift, president and head coach, dad, husband, and just an all-around good guy who I had today with me. I have that one and only Coach Dozier. Y'all give it up for Coach Dozier. How you doing, Coach?
Man, I'm doing awesome, man. That's an awesome introduction. Appreciate it. The most excitable term that you said about that was friend. There's no time limit on friendship. You can meet somebody today and they can be a great friend.
Yes, and I will say, and it's funny because at first, backstory, everybody. Like I said, he's a coach of DeSoto Swift. My kids wanted to run track. I didn't know of a track club, but I knew some friends. I knew some parents on my soccer team that their kids ran track for DeSoto Swift, and I got the flyer. Y'all know Baby Hoyt. He a thick kid, right? You know, he a thick one, right? He a lineman. And so I'm texting Coach like, hey, I didn't know that was you when I was texting her first. I'm like, y'all have a shot put team? I'm like, well, no, we run, but I'm trying to get a coach. So okay, and I just kept sending messages like, oh, so in my head I was thinking like, when did he get the person? We trying to get a coach, like. But no, man, and ever since then, I met you. I think you're a dear friend, and I just want to thank you. Thank you. But the most important thing we want to talk about today is we have something special going on this weekend.
Man,
I'm excited. I'm getting goose pimply right now thinking about it.
Man, I had to take off work. Couldn't function.
Boy, hey, so we have the Memorial Day. I like to call it. It's the Memorial Day Classic, but it's more like the Memorial Day Shootout.
Yeah, man.
You know, Coach. Hey, put the flyer on the screen, Coach. Put the flyer on the screen, and Coach, let's talk about this weekend and what to expect. We're gonna put the flyer. There we go.
Oh man, that's wonderful. You know who that is?
Who's that?
Those are all my coaches. They're
Sure.
the one who allowed me. Those are all my coaches.
Uh-huh.
Those are the ones who allow me to service the parents. Man, those are the hardest working people in track and field.
They are. The ones once again, meeting new friends. Coach Mon, Coach Hen, I think Coach Jeff, right? He had to work with 8U.
Okay, yeah, that's Josh.
Josh. I get it, Josh. Tremendous guys. And all the other coaches. If you look at the flyer, he got the bucket hat, kind of like what you had on the top right. That's my guy right there.
Coach Mon?
Yeah, that's
Dr. Neely.
Yeah, Dr. Neely. That's my guy right there.
Yeah,
that's my guy right there. So this weekend we have the Memorial Day weekend. We have plethora of track teams coming out to compete, and let me tell you, they be competing. Them little kids be running. But hey, Coach, let's show them what they can win if they place. What can they win? And put the other picture on.
Oh man, there we go. First, second, and third place winners. Man, if you take a look right there in the middle, man, that is the largest medal in DFW summer track that has been passed out this year. Or I don't want to say history because I don't know, but as far as I've seen, that's the largest medal. And all that is in conjunction with this being our 25th year anniversary of our club. So we decided to kind of raise the game a little bit. So the first place is that super huge medal there in the middle. Second and third place are the normal size medals that typically passed out every weekend.
Okay. Hey, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw those when you put them in the group chat. I was like, ooh, them
Some bad boys, man.
them fly.
Them bad boys.
I might want to get one.
Oh, man, you got to earn it.
I got to earn it.
They're not giving out. They earn. And the competition going to be so stiff this week that when they get that medal, they're going to earn it.
You know what my favorite race, and we're going to talk about the beginning, but my favorite race is I love the coach-parent race.
Oh, man. Can I talk about that a little bit?
Yes, let's talk about that.
Man, for the past couple years, man, it's like the Desoto Swift Meet. It's the Memorial Weekend Classic, right? That's the actual name of it, but everybody call it Swift Meet, right, just as the nickname. Everybody just kind of queue up for that particular track meet to bring out their parents, coaches relay. And they show up, man. They show up in abundance, man. It'd be about 3-4 heats of women, 3-4 heats of men with all 8 lanes filled. And they come to showcase their talents. And not only do they showcase their current talent, but they also are showing their kids and their athletes that they coach or as parents, show them that, hey, you know, mom and dad or coach can do this too. We're not just asking you to do something that we're not willing to do. So they put it all on display during that Swift Memorial Weekend Classic.
I've seen a couple of them, and there's one coach. Man, that boy fast. He said, I'm the oldest one out here, but he.
No, I'm the oldest one out there, but I let him make it.
But I like, man, you gonna run? I said, no, I'm gonna need y'all to get a good lead. I need a good 100 yards so that I can do my thing, because I'm gonna skip. I'm a Dion cross that finish line. So we're gonna bring it back to the beginning. 1990, Golden Bears, but something happened in '89.
State champion.
Exactly. Tell me about it.
Oh, man, just, you know, I often look at teams such as, you know, Duncanville, a couple of teams out of Houston, Tiscasita, those teams like that. Man, that was us back in the 90s, man. That was South Oak Cliff, that was Dallas Roosevelt, Dallas Carter, Dallas Kilmer. Okay. That was us. You know, how loaded those teams are and how well they are prepared to compete at a championship. That was South Oak Cliff. And those other schools that's right here in the DFW area, DISD, we represented so strong. Man, it was, if you got out of our district at the time, it was 10-5A. If you got out of our district, they only took first and second to advance. So you had a good chance of winning state. And, man, I just so happened to be with a group of guys they were dogs.
And
man.
You was a junior.
Yeah, that's when I was a junior. We won state when I was a sophomore and when I was a junior. When I was a freshman, we placed second in the state. So pretty accomplished. And I was, you know, I won't come on here and say I was the superstar of the team. I was a very valuable piece of that team. I was a really good glue guy. I was one of the legs on the relays. But, man, we had some dogs, man. And not only did we perform well, it was our practices. You would come to our practices, you would enjoy our practices like a track meet. I mean, we got at it all day, every day, because we held each other accountable in practice to achieve and compete, and that really helped us out on Saturdays.
You know, you said something right there, held each other accountable at practice. And 1990, 89, when you were a freshman, all the way up until now, I see that how you hold everybody accountable at practice with DeSoto Swift.
Yes.
I love it. You know what the best part that I like to see at the track meets?
Tell me.
You're at the finish line all the time.
Always. Always.
Making it run. Hey. You do the flag over this way. Hey. And it ain't even our meet. You just, okay, come on. But when the kids don't push all the way through the finish line.
Drive me crazy.
And it amazes me of how many kids we have that on practice, you remember that. And then you make, hey, That's why you got to push through, because you didn't do it this Saturday. Come on, and you call out each and every kid, and you push them to just strive them to do better, because you really be like, I can remember the way you remember everybody, like you remember, like you keep a mental note, and they be at practice when they doing their 100s, 50s, and they getting that cross. No, you gotta do it again, because that's what happened Saturday.
Wasn't good enough.
Wasn't good. Yeah, I love that. That's my favorite thing to see.
Man, that's awesome. You know what my phrases are, and I do other team athletes like that too. because not only am I the head track coach of Desoto Swift, I'm also a representative of the sport. And when you cheapen my sport by not giving it 100%, I got a problem with you. And if that athlete coach got a problem with me making sure that they hold them accountable, then they can just come talk to me, right? But other than that, I'm gonna hold them accountable to running through the line. I don't care what uniform they got on. But for sure, if they got on a Swift uniform, oh yeah, Monday we gonna address that Monday. Because you know what our slogan is: somebody can beat you, but they better not outwork you.
You put that in one of my posts. You say, well, we ain't nobody gonna outwork us.
Nobody gonna outwork. We'll never lose a race because we didn't put in the work.
Hey, y'all heard it first. So, but you're track, but I heard you was another sport and you was cold in that sport too.
Man, I was a better football player than I was.
That's what I wanted to get to. Because I know some people, they know some people that know some people that say, when I say Dozier, Kevin Dozier, yeah, boy, he was a cold DE. He was cornerback. He was, boy. Tell us about that. That experience that, let me rephrase this. When you see it sock now, does that bring back like nostalgia from when you was at sock back in the day?
It does, and then it does not. And let me explain. It does as far as the pride, right? Those boys got pride over there in their gold and white. And that's something that it's in our blood, that pride, right? That bare pride. But what those kids have that we didn't have, that man, they got great coaching. Not to disparage our coaches before, but they have great coaches. And not only that, they have facility. They got an amazing weight room. Man, their administration is behind them. They have a much stronger support system that we had. The Bear Cave always been bad, but it's even better now, and it's stronger, and it has more depth than what it had when I was there.
Excuse me. So did you always want to run? Did you always want to be like a runner in football?
Nah, man. I started running track because I hang out with my partners, man. I was a football player, but my best friend, Ty Wesley, he was a runner. He played football, but his family grew up in track and field. I had never run track and field until I got in the 9th grade.
Q-Dog T. West, right?
Yeah. He a Q-Dog. yeah, he a Q-Dog.
All right.
And we was partners, and we did everything together. So when football was over, he went to track. I was always fast. I knew I was fast. So he was like, man, come run track. And that started it.
And that started, and it led to you going to where?
Man, Texas A&M Fighting Aggies, baby.
I'm 30 minutes down the road, but I still love it. So let's talk about so did you get a track scholarship
and a
football scholarship?
I had both. I actually had 3 opportunities to advance my life, right? I had a football scholarship offers, track and field scholarships, and academics. I was also academic as well. I finished number 7 in a class of 300 and some odd students. So I also had academic opportunities.
So I was about to make a joke, but I got so much respect for you. Like, it's sock. Of course you was.
Man, I got a joke too, right? I got a joke about academic and sock. I remember when I was a senior, we used to always have a teacher that I go show her my report, go, hey, I made straight A's. And she was like, you do know you're getting a South Oak Cliff education, don't you? She said, on a normal scale, them A's, them C's, boy.
Nah, but shoot, you went to A&M.
Yeah, I did.
And at A&M, I had to have a cousin, my first cousin, just graduated from A&M 2019. Ain't no hard feet graduating from that.
Nah, man.
Ain't no hard feet. So, how was it, freshman on A&M? Now you got to make your bones on the track, being part of the team, A&M. And the reason why I say that, because I threw shot put at PV, but I'm like, I threw shot put for the same reason you joined track at SOC. I just wanted to be with my partners, and then I could ride with a specific girl to the meets. But you, because I was walk on, didn't get no money. But you had to work for that money to make sure that fees get paid every week, every month, every semester.
That is correct.
So, how was that? You got to get your bones in. You're freshman at a prestigiously, it's PWI school, military school. People don't realize that it's bigger military school than anything, because And the band, everybody in the band is part of the military.
Part of the Corps. Yeah.
Part of the Corps. So how was that maneuvering as African American male in the early '90s at A&M?
Major adjustment. You got to remember, I went to SOC.
Yeah.
Right? And then I go to PWI. You know, I often joke with people when you have these discussions about people going to HBCU versus PWI. And I tell them, I went to SOC. That's an HBCU. I got my HBCU experience. But it took some adjustment, right? It really did. And I'm going to say it took me probably about 2 years to really adjust as far as classroom settings, lifestyle, the expectation of succeeding at a PWI. It took me about 2 years to really have. On the track, it's fine. Speed is speed. 4x1 relay is 4x1 relay, right? My coach, he set me up for success in track and field. It was, our workouts was very similar, more time demanding, but very similar. We trained on a collegiate level at SOC, right, which led to our success on the oval. But when I got to A&M, everything I did before was just asked of me to do faster than what I've ever done it before. But you know, everything was set up for success there as far as like the schedule, the classrooms, the weight room, all of that was fine. So I had two things I was adjusting with, you know, off the track and on the track. It was easier for me to adjust on the track.
Easier to adjust on the track. Hey guys, if you want to tap in, you can call and talk to Coach Dozier yourself. You can dial 469-708-8609. Again, that's 469-708-8609. If you have some questions for Coach yourself. You see, Coach, I even wore my Swift blue watch.
That's what I'm talking about. Blue, baby.
We'll talk about blue.
Yeah.
What's your most memorable race at A&M?
Wow. Awesome question. I'm going to say one of my most memorable races was when we ran my sophomore year. The NCs was at the University of Texas, and we competed and made it to the finals in the 4x1 relay. That was my most memorable one as a that's Penn Relays.
That Penn State?
No, Penn Relays, University of Penn.
Okay, so tell me about this picture, Coach.
Man, that's a great picture. That's Bill Cosby, man, before he started dropping mollies. My bad, Bill. I'm sorry, Bill. But yeah, man, them my boys right there, man. That's me on to the left of A&M hat. Next to me is Tracy Bryant, hell of a quarter miler out of Galveston Ball. Down on knee on one knee is Aaron Hargrove out of Austin LBJ.
He looked fast.
Aaron was fast. And then next to him, that was my roommate and also my frat brother. He's actually the head coach of Bishop Dunn right now. That's Richard Mo Murphy. And to
Richard,
the far,
I'm gonna need to get my son at Bishop Dunn, dog.
Hey, holla at me. Holla at me, man. He talked to me all the time about trying to build that pipeline from Swift to Bishop Dunn. So
my son JJ.
Okay, let's talk about it, man. Let's not. We don't even have to talk about it no more. All right, and then to the far right, Tim Bryant, long jumper / sprinter out of Dallas Roosevelt.
Roosevelt?
Yeah.
Oh, so we had SOC at A&M, Roosevelt at A&M. I love it.
Yeah, man. And let's see, Tim and Tracy, I was their host when they came, because they a year or two younger than me. So that shows you how I know how to close out a deal.
Boy, walk around campus, this is what we got.
Yeah, let me do it. Coach know. It's like, if he really wants somebody, let Dozier be the host.
That's what's up. Okay, we gonna get there, Miss Johnson. People talk about. I want to know the origin of Swift. We just don't like 93 right now. We Swift started in 1999.
Yeah.
But so we got your most memorable race at A&M. What was it like? Like, now you big dog, senior on campus, big dog. What was it like the transition out? Like, you know, a lot of people, it's hard to transition, and track has no like, you could go Olympic professional, but it's not like football, NFL, baseball, MLB, basketball, NBA. It's track. It's like, to me, and I'm on the outside looking at, I'm kind of on this side, but I'm youth level. There's no like track. If you're not in the Olympics, it's okay. We gonna go home and we gonna start something else.
No, well, actually, that's not true.
Okay,
They have a pro league, right?
Okay.
Back, in the late '80s, early '90s, a lot of times, in order to make legitimate money in track and field, you just had to go overseas because in America, it wasn't as popular, wasn't as funding, and you couldn't really make a lot of money over here. But that has changed. They come out now. They got the such thing like the Diamond League. A lot of these sponsors like Nike and Adidas, they always did sponsorships of athletes, but now they're really investing in these athletes. For example, I think Sha'Carri signed like a Nike deal, like $20 million. I don't know if that's the exact fund, but I mean,
at LSU.
Yeah, she's out of LSU, out of Dallas Carter, right? And so she, they're really putting money behind track and field now. It's still not on the same level as some of those major sports, but starting getting a lot of money put behind these track and field athletes, man. It's an extremely hard sport. It's very difficult to stay at that top level, which you really have to do. Really, in order to be successful in track, you got to be like one of the top, like 5% of the athletes as far as like performance-wise to really make that money.
What if NIL was around when you was in college?
Man, that's an awesome question. I could have seen me doing commercials, and it wasn't necessarily because I was.
With your personality, I can see it.
It's
too.
my personality, not necessarily. I was always good. I wasn't great. I was really good, right? But my personality, my ability to lead, my ability to speak. And it's just something that I believe that I could have really been able to sell some products and move some merchandise for some companies, right?
Let me ask you this: what did you run? Like what was your races? Like 100, 200?
Yeah, I was a sprinter. 100, 200, 4x1.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But your philosophy at Swift is 400, 200, 100. So. Yeah. If you was going this way, but now that you're coaching track club, your philosophy, and I guess say it's this way.
Right.
Let's educate the masses of why it's this way.
Great point. I just believe, and you're right. You noticed that we really focus on the 400 meters. Our base workout is that of a 400 meter runner. Because it's my mentality that's one of the most difficult races, one of the most demanding races. And it's one that if you're able to run the 400 successfully, you got a good chance to be successful in about 4 other events. The 800, the 100, the 200, and any other relays. You have a chance to be successful. So we have one particular baseline program or event we really want to train for, it's that 400. And then we tweak the workouts up a little bit for the 800, 1500. We tweak it a little bit down for the 200 and the 400. But our base workout is that of a quarter miler.
Yeah, see, boy, I've been looking on the internet to say like the 400, correct me if I'm wrong, because I've been trying to tell my son that. So when you hit that first turn, like you got to be a sprint.
You got to go.
You got to maintain on that first, I'm gonna say 100. I'm looking at it as a football field. That first 100.
Yeah, that's on that back stretch.
That back stretch. Yeah. You got to pick it up as soon as they hit that second curve.
Start getting your breathing together. Start getting your mind together.
And then when you hit that last 100,
go time.
You got to pray to Jesus because it's gonna take everything in you.
Go time. It's go time.
And that's how. Yeah.
Coming off that turn by 120, go.
I like it, Coach. So since I'm getting all these requests, 1999.
Talk to me.
Desoto Swift is born.
Yeah.
Tell me about
it. Actually, when I moved back from College Station, moved back to Dallas, my oldest.
Boom.
Oh, man, yeah.
So tell me about this picture. We're going to talk about that, but
man,
what's here?
I tell you one thing. That's probably about 40 pounds ago. For me.
For all of us, Coach. For all of us. What year is about this picture?
Man, that might be, I'm going to say that's probably about 2002, just to be.
A little bit after 99.
Yeah, a little bit, probably about 3 years.
I see my man got jean shorts, so it was jean short season.
Man,
with the belt.
With
the belt.
Yeah. So that quick story on that picture. Coach Missy's still with us.
Yes, yes.
Man, Coach Missy been with us over 25 years. No, 20 years. Over 20 years. Of course, there's my wife to the far left.
To me, the backbone.
Man, make us go. And then at the time, the only field event we did was long jump. And the guy next to me, it was the long jump coach. That's Kendrick. That's me and him best friends to this day.
That's awesome, man. Mm-hmm. It's great when you bring up. That's a great shot.
Yeah,
that's a great shot. See, I did some digging.
Yeah, you did. Good job.
So 1999.
Yes.
Soda Swift really. Remember what we told me before? It was just all female.
All girls.
All girls.
Yeah.
How that? Tell me, you and your wife started, right?
Yeah, me and my wife.
What made you say, you know what? Let's start a track club.
Well, great question. We were with another organization.
Huh.
All right. I coached 8U girls.
8U. Oh, yeah.
And with the organization, Dallas Gold was the name of the team, Dallas Gold. And I helped with the 8U girls because my oldest daughter, Kiara, ran for the 8U girls.
I wonder if that's why I met at that track meet. She was sitting in the front and she was like, I guess you had got upset about something because it was. You was trying to hurry. It was the one where y'all was trying to go to. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all was trying to go to Austin to go see the state.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to get early, but they was kind of running slow. And you was like, she saw your page, said, "Oh, pops." She said, "Dad upset because he."
No, that's my youngest daughter.
Oh, okay.
Daughter, yeah.
All right, so let's go back. Your oldest daughter was running.
Yeah, my oldest daughter was running. She was on the AU team, and I coached for that team for 2 years. And you know how it is. You basically you see things within a particular organization that you say to yourself, man, if I was over it, I would do it differently. If I was over it, I would do this way. And the guys that were over Dallas Gold at the time, very good friends of them, still very good friends of them today. I just basically, wanted to do my own thing, right? So what I did is when I left, the girls that I was coaching, they came with me. Yeah. And that's why we only had girls. And my best friend that you showed another picture, he had a daughter that was roughly about the same age. And he was running with another team. And he was just like, man, you go and start your own team. I'll come and help and we'll bring my daughter. And we started out, we had four girls at the time. And that's why we started.
That's awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
So now we got the progression of we have 4 girls to a plethora of people. When did you start now having boys?
Man, you know what's funny? Coach Josh was the first boy that ran track for us.
Get out of here.
I'm not kidding.
Wow.
He was the first boy that ran track. Our colors used to be straight Columbia blue and white. And then at the time, you got to remember, this is, early 2000, whatever. I still remember him saying, Coach, that's kind of a girl color, like that. So that's when the Navy came in. So the girls would wear light blue, and then the boys would wear navy. So that's how we kind of did the combination of the two.
I heard through the grapevine, the colors at first was like another team's kind of almost mimic another team's color. Yeah. And you like, nah, we're going to have to switch this color scheme up a little bit. Cause
yeah, it was royal. It was a little royal blue.
And, right? And it was like, nah, we're going to have to switch this up.
Yeah, because they wasn't that good. And I didn't want to be tied to them, man. I wanted to.
Who won? It was the blue team.
Yeah.
Oh, they finally won. Like,
yeah,
no.
So I wanted to distinguish ourselves from anybody. And at the time, that light blue, nobody was wearing that. And I think it stands out. It pops. It looks great in the sunlight. So.
Yeah, dude, that's that Carter Colombian blue. Let you know. And DeSoto, just because y'all was in DeSoto at the time, is that DeSoto Gold team still around? Like, I haven't seen them at the...
No, Dallas Gold. No,
Dallas Gold?
They're not around anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an awesome organization. Man, they had some amazing kids on there.
So what's the difference? It may be no difference between... Because I know we switched out... I don't know the correct term. I'm going to say associations.
Yeah.
AAU versus USA.
Okay.
What's the difference and why the switch? if you've been AAU for X amount of years?
Awesome question. The difference between AAU and USATF, and they are both track association, like different leagues, is AAU has the single age classification all the way up through age of 14, right? So, for example, if your kid was 9, they only ran against 9-year-olds, year born, all the way up through JOs, and they would, if they go to Junior Olympics, they would only race kids that are born within their calendar year, but they're 9 years old or 8 turning 9, right?
Okay.
In USATF, they do 2-year combinations for the same group, so it'll be 9-10.
Yeah.
So you might be 9, but you're also going to race against 10-year-olds. Whereas in AAU, the 10-year-old will have their own single-age division in which they can run and become champions.
So if you're 9, you run against 10-year-olds, you better be the big dog in the kennel. But when you turn 10 now, you're the big dog in the kennel.
Then you take lumps and you give lumps.
So why the switch?
The switch is basically a logistical thing, less travel, looking out for my parents' expenses. The Junior Olympics for AAU is in Greensboro, North Carolina.
That's a far track.
and the Junior Olympics for USATF is in College Station, Texas, home of the Texas Fighting Aggies. So it's just a great opportunity for me kind of to go home, right, and go and take my team and let them see where they coach ran and. So I'm gonna fast
forward everybody. I'm trying to go in succession, but how's it gonna feel when you take X amount of kids back to Aggie Land?
Man, it's gonna be amazing.
And then you see them. First place this, second place. How's that gonna feel? Like you getting goosebumpy now? Like,
man, I've been getting goosebumps since I seen College Station on the schedule.
Oh man. So now we have Coach Josh, who is the first boy.
Yeah.
And he's amazing. He gets Ashton. Come on, you my big Ashton. Come on, man. Come on, man. And then Coach Mon said, hey, we're gonna put Ashton in the 4x1 relay. I said, wait a minute, Coach.
That was Coach Henry.
Coach, yeah.
That was Coach Henry.
I said, hey, Coach Henry. I said, hey, Coach, nah. He said, no, I tell you. He gonna get the biggest screens. He gonna get the biggest, and then he gonna. Sure enough, I said, "Well, you better put Fat Baby." I saw another kid. This baby, Fat Baby, either 3 or 1, and then these babies, because we gonna need a lead.
Yeah,
and boy, they sure gave it to him.
Man,
and he took off. And when you sent that picture, I don't know how you got that picture, but man, he had some good form.
Yeah,
like go ahead, okay. Because I was in Houston. I wasn't at that track meet.
I remember.
But man, that's amazing, and just what those coaches do for the kids, it's amazing. I judge a coach when, to me, and it might be off when the child listens to coach more than you. Like, hey, you gonna do this? No, Coach Hen said I can't have a hamburger today. I need, because I don't feel like cooking, right? And you're like, no, Coach said I need some vegetables. Is this? And that's what Ashton does, right? So that lets me know that he's impacting.
He's listening.
He listening, and Coach is impacting him. Like, hey, he's running around the house yelling stick and running and all like that. At 6 years old is just wonderful.
If you're not having fun, what are you doing? Get out of the sport.
Yeah.
We have fun, man.
Yeah. Hey, bring up another picture. We want to talk about this picture. How can I get that shirt? I like that shirt you got on.
Man, that's nostalgic, man. Love that shirt.
That's the play. Can we bring Coach Charmel? Because you Coach Charmel. Can we bring that? I'll buy that shirt. I like
bring that
shirt.
back.
Bring that back.
We didn't switch unis though. We didn't switch unis about 3 times though.
I know, but I like that shirt.
It's dope, man. I got a short sleeve and a long sleeve.
That's fire. So
that's us at Drake University, Drake Bulldogs. That's Junior Olympics.
Okay.
I don't know what year that is. But man, that's us right there, man. We putting up the Swift Wings, man. And
That's what that is. Okay.
Yeah, the Swift Wings, man. If you look at our logo, it don't have it on.
It's right here look on the backpack.
Yeah, you can see it's a representation of the back of the wings coming up like that. So that's what we're replicating right there.
Okay.
Putting the wings up of Swift, man. A team on the move. That's our little logo.
Team on the move. So this is 25 years in the game, and this is
Quarter.
Quarter
of a century. Yeah, got that quarter.
That's that quarter horse.
Yeah, the quarter horse.
That's that quarter horse. And with that, how many years is it for the Memorial Day shootout?
15.
15.
Yeah.
So
10 years. We started an organization. We waited 10 years to host our first meet because we wanted to do it right.
okay. So now what to expect for those who don't know? So how can a kid or a parent who's watching or tells about the legacy of the coaches and many of them Swift runners? So that's a question from one of the parents. Tell us about the legacy of the coaches and many of them being Swift runners.
Man, that's a great question. Let me see. We have Coach Amar, Coach Aisha. We have Coach Josh, Coach Jeremiah, Coach Cam.
Coach
This is my daughter.
Okay.
Coach Cam. I'm just running through my head. Coach Fred, the long jump coach.
Yeah.
All those was on the organization since they were 8U for the most part. Josh came here, I think he was 10 or 11, but all of them actually ran for Desoto Swift. And they've gone on to, graduate high school, compete, championships, state championships. I think Fred won with DeSoto. Then went on to college, and then, they come back and,
Hey, give back.
give back. Love it.
That's awesome. So I'm gonna skip ahead because I gotta talk about because before I forget, because I'm looking at my notes. State championships, 2024 state championships. How many Swifts? How many? I'm gonna call it Swifty. Well, no, that's Taylor Swift. How many DeSoto Swift athletes ran as state champion?
Man.
At Texas State relays this year.
Wow. Man. I'm just running. I got running through my head, right?
Because I heard one of the 4x1 relay runners' mom coaches for us.
That is correct. That's Caden Durham.
Yes, and
Right,
LSU.
LSU commit running back. That's CD. It's my boy. And we got Decorian Moore, ran since he was 6 years old with DeSoto Swift. He's we had two kids from what do they call it? The Lots. They out of McKinney. I think I forgot the name of their high school, but they're the first brother and sister that won the long jump at the state track meet. The Lots.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's crazy. We had Jazz competed in high jump down there, and with Sanaya Miller for Lancaster, she anchored.
That's Swift.
Yeah, Sanaya Miller.
Oh yeah.
She anchored the 4x1, the 4x2, and the 4x4, and won the 200 in for Lancaster. So she's been running with Swift since she was 10 years old. Man, so if I had this ballpark, and I know I'm forgetting somebody, so I do apologize, was probably about 8 kids that competed that has run for Swift that competed at the state meet.
They do because they're a big organization. They got the gears rolling, but I still don't think that LSU doesn't realize they have the number 1 and number 2, depending on the day, fastest athletes in the country going to their school.
Man, they got some dogs coming.
I think one of them, like Cam, he's to me football than track. But the other boy, Caden, is football than track. But the other boy is more track.
Oh, the one out of Houston?
At Tascasita.
At Tascasita. Yeah, he's out. Well, I've never really seen him play much football. I haven't. All I know, he's a bad boy. He's bad. He bad boy on that track, man. I do know that. So yeah, they got two dogs. Well, I know, I really don't know Red as well, just from afar as a fan, but I know CD, and you're not just getting a fast kid. You're getting a dog.
I saw him
Dog.
I saw him run that relay, but not only that, I saw him at that state champion.
Yeah. But you know what though? He a dog in everything he do. And what I mean, like academics, as a son, he a dog.
They getting a good athlete. They getting a good person.
They getting a good person.
They getting a good person.
That's a dog.
Another question from the group: what's the coaching philosophy, and what makes your approach so effective?
It's communication skills. Number one thing, the coaching is being able to lock into that athlete's mental, understand how to maximize that particular kid. Now, we have a general program, but we tweak that program to each athlete from the mental state, right? Because different things motivate different people. And understanding that kid, that athlete, and what motivates them is what I challenge myself and my coaches to find out what that is that's going to flip that button. And remember what my philosophy is: never get outworked.
Never get outworked.
I don't care about somebody beating you from start to a finish line, but don't let them outwork you.
And I like that, what you just said, because what made me choose Desoto Swift is that you generally work with the kids. One organization, not going to give them any clout right now, but it seems like if your kid ain't fast, they ain't working with you. Like he's just on. They took your money. They could run, but if they're not in their eyesight, okay. But if they in the eyesight, oh yeah, they got them separated. They running, they doing the thing. But with y'all, it's everybody.
Man, gotta work
From the kid that might not be the fastest, but you go. Then see, that's one thing. I'm sorry. Y'all work with the kids that they're special, but the ones that are like, come on, let's bring you up to this, and you work with that kid or that. I'm not going to say kid, athlete, to bring them up. You coach them up to be better than they was yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's why I love Desoto Swift. Like I told Coach Hen, like I'm Swift. We're gonna be Swift to high school, and
You're gonna be Swift after that.
yeah, we're Swift.
I'm Swift for life.
we Swift for life, baby. Hey, I'll be in my 60s with them shot put balls. Come on, let's go over.
Let's go work.
Let's go work, boy. Let's go work. So, with that being said, what was that? We was talking about the Junior Olympics. What is it as a new parent as myself? What is to expect of your kid qualifying? Because you got districts coming up June 13th, then regionals, and then boom, then it's JO. What to expect to get to Junior Olympics, and then when you're there as a parent, what to expect when you're at Junior Olympics?
Man, in order to get that, one thing I try to tell parents and athletes: enjoy the journey, right? Enjoy the journey, right? Because it's a process, right? So one thing we try to do is just make sure that whatever you got to give it at that particular meet. What you did yesterday don't matter. What you did 2 weeks ago don't matter. You got to learn how to perform at that particular meet, and you got to make sure whatever the qualifying advancement rules are, that's what you have to make sure you achieve. If they taking top 8, go win it. If you don't, finish in the top 8, and then we'll go back to work. Because the next one, which is a regional, is top 4, top 5. That's what we going for.
8-4.
Yeah, and then once you get
Then winner.
Then once you get to JOs, just imagine, once you get to JOs, only thing you're gonna see is everybody that's done what you have done or better.
Yes, sir. Because I love how I talked to Coach Hen, Coach Mon, all of them, especially Coach Mon, because he keeps tally of every track meet. Everybody's they run time. So I asked him. I said, "What was my son's run time? His best?" He said it was like a 106. I looked at USA with TF.
USTF.
And I said, ooh, you 10. The person who got first ran 103 last year. Right now, you 10. So we need to shave, I'm going to say all 6 seconds, just so you get that buffer. So I, as a parent, and to me, athletics starts, I mean, if you want your baby to go to the next level, it start at home too. It just don't go to practice and you go home and that's it. You got to do extra work at the crib as well. So we try to do that too. And I'm looking at, I don't know why I went down that rabbit hole at work one day. And I started looking at all those times. Ooh, the 400 run.
You can get lost on that thing, man.
The 400 running man. This, like, oh my God.
Some amazing kids out there.
Yes, and he from Ohio. Who's running this fast in Ohio?
Man, some dogs out there, man.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna tell you. You asked me what to expect about JLs. Remember, I said that you're gonna see kids that have done everything that you have done plus and more. Man, if you don't watch it, you're at JLs, man. You get caught up watching races you ain't never even thought you would look at and appreciate. Man, I mean, one time I got so caught up in the race walk, it was unreal, man. Those kids are amazing and breaking records and just how fast. Yeah, man. But let me tell you, when you get to JOs, it's like what you ain't never seen before. You got people that, just like how a lot of, like here, real sprint heavy here in DFW, right? Yeah. But there's certain areas that they race walk heavy.
Facts.
Yeah. Certain areas that they are distance heavy. So when you come to Junior Olympics, it all comes together. The best of each event from all over the U.S. come to one place. So, man, you just sit back and watch, man. You'll be amazed, man. Best pole vaulters, man, shot put and discus. Bro, let me tell you, man.
I've been watching the videos.
Man, let me tell you, we had a baby through for us, man, named Bree. That I went over there and man, Breonna Davis. We'll see her this weekend, Memorial Swift. She went to another team that can get her better coaching than what we had.
Come back, baby. I'm here now.
Yeah, she's super elite. but you know, at the time, I would say, hey, man, she got to go somewhere else because I didn't have no coach at the time. And me and the dad talk all the time. Man,
tell her come back. I'm here now.
I went over there and watched them. Man, it's wild out there, man. It's more competitive out there than what you see on the track, man. I was out there 6 hours.
Coach, you know, and this is just it's small, minute, but there's this team. I don't know if they're a team. They call it the Throw Factor.
Yeah. You'll see them this weekend.
I don't want to see them. Because they come like 50 deep. They had a girl, right? Now, I don't do the spin because I'll get dizzy. So I teach the slide. Every kid every parent that's come to me to help the kid, it's a different throw, right? But they had this one girl on the Throw Factor. She was the 14. She was 14, so I don't know. I'm not familiar with the age group.
13, 14.
13, 14. And she did the spin. She started out and she did spinning and yelled the loudest yell. Ah! 40 feet. I said, oh, Lord. Everybody else 26. Twice. See y'all stop. That was at the Texas Faces track meet. See y'all stop. Let's get this baby to go because if your best throw was 26 feet, this girl threw 40.
Right.
You just now, you wasting my time.
Some dogs out there, man. Like the baby I told you to talk about, Bree Davis, 45.
Whew.
You'll see her this weekend. She a dog.
Ooh.
But shout out to Coach Brothers, man. That's Brother Rhodes with Texas, the Throw Factory, man.
So she's at the Throw Factory? Oh, okay.
Nah, Bree with Texas Pressure.
Okay, she's over there in the pit. I plan on being in the pit.
She'll be over there. She ain't gonna miss Coach Dozier and me.
Okay.
She ain't gonna.
But that Throw Factory, that girl, 40 feet, 26. Like the second place person was 32 feet. That's a big difference.
It'd be wild out there in them throws, man. And I didn't know it. Till that one time I went out there, I was like, man, it's so crunk out here, man. God,
and it's like its own little group because they get their tents and set up over there.
They stay together, bro.
And it's like
it's a different vibe out there, man.
It's
different.
And them people throwing them discus and I just hate when they hit that pole. They get one boy hit it like here, clink, clink, clink. I said, hey, oh Lord. Yeah, but I was like, man, you about to throw this mug in the street? They just flinging it, man. So It was different. It was way different from when I used to throw back in high school. We used to do just because it's very
it's a
competitive
vibe out there too, man. They all stick together. Shout out to the throwers, man. I'm telling you, that one year that I, kind of stayed close to Bree when she was on the team, I went watched more throws than what I typically had because I told you I had a coach that, that I always worked with him, but his job kind of pulled him away a little bit, so I wanted to make sure I stayed, tight. And man, that's the most throwing I was like, man, if I had my way, man, well, I don't know, man. Them throwers, man, it's a different vibe, and there's a real tight community. Man, real tight fit community, man. They support each other a lot better than the runners. I will tell you that.
Shout out! I don't know if you're ever gonna see this. The throwing coach for Texas Faces. It's just a woman, really cool lady. Matter of fact, when they had the track meet, they asked me to help.
Coach Q.
Yeah, she helped me do. She asked me to help her do her turbo, and I helped her do the turbo. And on AAU. Is 6 pounds for my son's age group. USATF is 4 pounds. And she like, your baby throwing with a 6 pound, right? I say, yeah, because no, you need a 4 pound. And she gave me a 4 pound shot
put, yeah.
And that's where he threw when he won his first one. So shout out to her. She's amazing. She didn't have to do that. She could let him throw that 6 and probably came in.
Shout out to Coach Q. Texas Faces.
He probably would have came in third, but he threw that 4 pounds. I said, oh shoot, okay. I see you. So, what is hey, bring up the other picture.
Man,
so I want to talk about.
Man,
which where are you at?
Looking for the left.
So, you had the Gumby.
That's a box, man. It probably look like a Gumby, man, because it's probably about 11 o'clock at night. I probably been somewhere laying down, because that's the 4x4. I ain't run that thing when I was in high school, man. We had them quarter mile. Them boys quarter milers, man. And I'm telling you, that's why I appreciate the 400 now. I didn't when I was younger, but I do now. I understand the value, and that's why I coach it in kids real strong. So
you're up on that stage. What's going through your head?
Got
you're a junior?
That's my junior year.
So you're about, 16, 17?
Yeah, 16, 17.
You're like, it's going down.
Man, you know what, though? That was my second one.
Oh, duh, because you won the one the year before.
We won in 88, too. This one here was amazing, though. That was my junior year, man. That's my coach in the back, Coach Grant, man. He passed away a few years ago. But all those boys, we talk periodically, even to this day, because he built a brotherhood amongst us, and I try to build that amongst those kids on the team, because that's who taught me how to do that.
You sure are.
Teammates, your brothers.
Facts, because with my son, Jathan, all of them on his 9-10U team, Jathan and all them, they kick it. They be talking, like call each other. So you do what you do there. You emulate it comes to fruition with the younger kids.
Shout out to Coach Grant,
Facts.
Coach Leonard Grant. We had 2 Grants at SOC. We had we called him Dad, which was Boston Grant, and then my coach was Leonard Grant. No relation, but they just have the same last name.
All right. So what can parents and spectators expect to see and experience at the Memorial Day Classic weekend?
An amazing time. It's going to be full of amazing races. People come to the Memorial Weekend Classic to settle debts. You think you fast? Meet me at Memorial Weekend Classic.
Oh, stand on business type stuff.
Stand on business meet. And it's also the meet that you kind of get to see where you at before you go into association. So it's a pressure check. It's a temperature check. You think you hot? Okay, come here. Oh, you got first place? Okay, yeah, you hot. You serious. If not, you get your doors blew off. You got to go back to the lab.
Whew. Hey, coach talking that stuff today. Going back to the lab?
You got to go back to the lab, man. I done been sent back to the lab. Every coach been sent back to the lab. If not, then you're not coaching.
Facts. So,
I'm gonna call out some names. All right, track club names.
Okay.
All right, you can keep it. You can keep it. If you say plead the fifth, you got to hit that.
It's already gone. You want me to hit what's gone?
But we can fill it back up. But another person that kind of made me be like, hey, Coach Dozier's the shit. Let's talk about Houston Dragons.
It's my boy RC.
My boy too. You know, he made me a
Cold world.
The Solo Dragons. How did you and Rodney? Because he looks at you. He said, "That's my mentor, my guy." He said, "Hoyt, if I'm in Dallas, I'm Swift." Mm-hmm. How did? Because he's my age, so right. I'm not saying, but I don't remember him being on the track field either. But how did you and Rodney come together to where now he's and the Desoto Dragons out there killing it? Yeah. I mean, not Desoto, the Houston Dragons out there killing it.
That's what they do, right? It's a, first of all, it gets down to a mutual respect thing, right? He look at my organization and go like, damn. I look at his organization and be like, damn. We getting it, right? And then it's a funny story. His son lives in Dallas. His son is from Dallas.
Yeah.
Remember my buddy I told you, Ty Wesley?
Yeah, cute.
That's his cousin. So Rodney,
you ain't tell me. Oh, we're going to have to talk about that, Rodney.
Rodney's son is cousins with my best friend.
Gotcha.
So, we've always been cool, mutual respect, admiration for one another. I see what you're doing, he see what I'm doing type deal. But when we realized his son was in Dallas and he was cousins with my best friend, I used to help train his son during the school year, getting him ready because he went to Rodney in the summer. Uh-huh. So while school was going on, before he finished school, whatever, he was training with me. And then school out, he go be with his dad and run with the Dragons. But he always respected the fact that, Coach, I call you, you was like, shit, send him over. And from then on, man, we just build up on it. But yeah, I'm kind of like his mentor. I'm the one who I can call Rodney and say, hey, Rodney, you bullshit. Hey, man, take that down on Facebook. That don't represent you. Hey, man, hey, you out of bounds on that. You know what he going to say? You right,
You
Coach.
right.
You right, Coach. Let me take it down.
I had to recently
you
do that.
You don't need to check me. And you can do that.
I had to recently do that too.
You gotta do it, man.
At one of the track meetings, I had to get checked. Well, I didn't get checked. Well, I had to be like, "Hey, dog, you got to chill." So, yeah, I get it. I get it.
It's a respect thing, right?
Facts.
That's one thing. And you don't care about that person if you don't do that.
That is true. That's true. Shout out to what's it, Grand Prairie Flame.
Flash,
Grand Prairie Flash.
Yeah, it's my boy.
Yeah,
Reggie, Coach Reggie.
With the gray beard.
Yeah, it's Coach Reggie.
Yeah. There's a rival for us. They practice probably about less than about 2 miles down the road.
Who that is?
Nitro.
Okay.
We at DeSoto East.
Yes.
They're at DeSoto West.
Okay.
And my wife always tells me when we had to train me, first, it just depends on the race. Mm-hmm. It's DeSoto Swift, DeSoto Nitro, or DeSoto Nitro, DeSoto Swift. Like, just be killing that thing. It's, you see a blue streak run around that mud or a red streak run around that mud. They're a little bit younger than Swift, but when they get on the track, one, the owner, he's cool. To me, he's cool as fan. But is there like a time where you be like, we got you this meet?
I always think that. I don't step on that track. I do not step on that track not prepared to win. I don't care. Remember I said track is a whatever you done for me lately sport?
Boy.
You can beat me 9 times. On that 10th time, I think I got you.
Yeah.
Because I've prepared. I've worked to be successful.
So, we bring another one up. I think they have the longest meets ever. Hallmark. I played them in football. So.
Shout out to Fort Worth Hallmark.
Yeah. The Brazils. I still got love for you, man. Come back to BYSL. We love you, man. The football team can come back, dog.
you know, it was just a mishap. We won, but it's a mishap. Sorry, it was a Cardinal thing that day. But y'all still Brazil. Y'all went TCU with my boys Terrence and Tim Maiden. Y'all cool with me? They twins, y'all twins. Come on back. So Hallmark, good club. But they only ran one race at a time. Mm-hmm. Is that normal? Like how other places we've been, it's like we run 100 this side, 100 that side, 200 this side, 200 that side.
Yeah.
Hurdles here, whatever here.
Yeah.
And then 400, pow. Okay, when they get go.
Yeah.
Go. It was like, psh, they finished, and then they went like, they get hung on 4 o'clock.
Yeah, but, a little background on that. In order to do what you're talking about, you have to have multiple starters, right? You have to have 2 starters, one starting over here, one starting over there, right, in order to run multiple different age groups at one time. At that particular meet, they had 2 starters scheduled. One of them got sick or something come up where they only had 1 starter.
Starter, that's to do with the
guy that
pistol.
shoot the gun.
Okay.
So they only had 1 starter. So if you have 1 starter, you can only start 1 race at a time. So that's what happened on that. Still ran a great meet. It was efficient, right?
Yeah.
It just, instead of doing 2 things at once, you can only do 1, right?
Yeah. Boy, I got home before she did. I said, y'all still there?
Yeah.
That's not about
Man, I'll give you a little history, man. Track meets used to get out by 7 or 8 o'clock every night, every Saturday. So the fact that we're getting out of here now at 1, 2 o'clock, and 4 o'clock is considered late, that shows a lot of progression and advancement that the coaches and the teams that are putting on the track meets, the efficiency that they're running their meets in. So shout out to all the coaches that's doing meets.
Perfect. What other picture we got, fam? That's an Olympic gold medal you holding, right?
Man.
How you get what?
That's a picture of at one of our USA TF team meetings. We had an Olympian come and talk to us and was there, and he showed us that medal. Man, I was like, man, I gotta take a picture of that, because every one of my, that was one of my goals. I didn't achieve it, but if God willing, somebody on my team, one of my kids that I'm coaching, they'll achieve that. That's a silver medal in the I think that's in the 2000.
That's 2012.
2012.
That's 2012
Olympics.
Yeah, and I saw that like, man, coach, that's a. Ooh, that's hey.
Dreams, baby, them dreams.
Yeah,
that's dreams in a medal.
And I think what you do, there's some kids I see, especially this boy going to. I'm not gonna say boy. This athlete going to LSU can definitely achieve.
Man, we got a few of them, and on the girl side too, right? That's one of the areas of improvement that we really have put a lot of focuses on. Is that we used to be very boy. When I won't say boy heavy, but our boys used to achieve higher than our girls. But we've invested a lot on the girl side as far as like the type of the coaches, and really have done a good job of bringing our girls program up to equal that of our boys. So I'm super proud of the girls and the lady coaches, because our girls are knocking them out just like the boys do. So we're one of the very few teams that when we coming at you, boys, girls, little kids, big kids, field events, you name it. We at the meet.
So they say behind every strong black man, there's an even stronger black woman.
Mm-hmm. True statement.
Tell us about the backbone. Well, I mean, the backbone of this organization, but not only your life partner, your friend, your confidant, the mother of your children, the lady you said I do to,
right?
Coach Charmel, who's a wonderful woman.
Miss Dozier.
Coach Dozier. So look at it.
There you go, right there, boy.
How was that? Well,
man,
look at the smile on you.
Our anniversary is June 6th, 1993, man. So we've been at this thing for a long time, man. So we're coming up on an anniversary soon.
Yeah, it's like in 2 weeks.
Yeah, like in 2 weeks, man. So, and one super cool thing, I would say probably the last 20 years, me and my wife, for our anniversary, we spent it at a track meet. We sit right there at a track meet on our anniversary, man. So, that just shows the dedication, man. She's super cool. She about that business, though.
Let me tell you something. Hey, who? We're gonna put a pin in shit about that business. Who wrote the? So when we went to the interest meeting, it was a letter. This is $300. Pay for this. If you go to JOs, you're on a relay team, and Swift will do this. But the last statement, just because you paid your money, don't mean
come on,
you come to me any type of way.
Any kind of way. We gonna respect each other.
Did she make that?
She and I sat down and came up with that together. Because we've had people that think because they pay their money, they get to disrespect you, that they get to talk to you any kind of way. They get to try to what they call handle you. Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
Well, first of all, they gotta realize you from the cliff.
Man, from South Oak Cliff. Man, I'm off Ledbetter. I'm a Ledbetter kid.
Ledbetter, baby.
Robin Village.
Hey.
But Ledbetter, well, the further you go down, the worse it get. I stayed on the last block. You got to fight to get home, baby.
Where's Coach Dozier from? Is she from the DFW too? And how did y'all meet?
High school sweethearts.
She's a Golden Bear too?
That's been my girlfriend since the 11th grade, man.
Man, that's awesome.
That's crazy.
That's not crazy. That's wonderful.
Man, it's awesome. 31 years.
You see somebody you love that young, man, not the lover. I had to go through a few to find my queen.
That's my ride or die.
She sure is. Another funny moment. Coach says, "Hey, y'all might see these front 2 parking spaces,
but you better not park in them."
No park." But I just love. Hey, she keeps everything on. Like there's no lack of one thing, communication.
That's it.
There's never no lack of communication when it comes to Coach Charmel. I'm just calling Coach Dozier.
Coach Charmel. I'm Coach Dozier.
Coach Charmel. Hey, these baby backpacks in, these baby uniforms in. It's never no. You never are in a I don't know stage in any part of the process when it comes to this, and that to me is the awesome thing.
If you are uninformed, that's on you. It ain't the fact that she hasn't given you the information. It's the fact that you haven't received it and processed it. But you have it.
So here's another question. Okay, Christy, I got you. What's your biggest accomplishment as an organization thus far?
Wow. One of my I'm gonna say my biggest one is it's just being. We have a very high success rate of our seniors going to college. That's it. Just the ability to really get these kids in school, and we've gotten kids in school, whether it's junior college, Division II, Division III, Division I. We get our kids in school, so that's my largest. When I really look myself in the mirror, that is what I'm most proud of.
We already know when they go to these colleges and graduate, they come back and give back to the organization to help them get there. Has any kid, when they're signing their, February 2nd, when they're signing, I'm going to LSU, I'm going to this, say, hey, Coach, I want you to be right next to me.
Every time.
Oh, that's awesome.
I haven't always made it, just from, life things, but every one of them pretty much say they want me there. And I try to get that. If I can't make it, either my wife go or one of my coaches go to represent the organization.
Now, that's wonderful. Do collegiate coaches now, because the way, to me, because, I do have 2 older children. They did play sports. At least my older son did, but he played as a senior. But now with these younger kids and this way, this generation now, college is now looking at the youth sports too.
Most definitely.
Anybody come to you, who's the most famous coach come to you and say, hey, tell me about this kid right here?
You have to remember, I got connections from
facts
when I ran, and then a lot of people that I ran with or against have made themselves into the college ranks as far as coaches. So I talk periodically, and man, sometimes I even get emails or phone calls from coaches that say, "Hey, man, we see your program is consistently developing kids. Do you have any seniors that that have achieved these marks, or any seniors that haven't signed? We'll take them just on your word alone."
Just on your word alone.
Just my word alone.
That means you're honest.
Yeah.
They
know I'm not gonna send them no bullcorn.
Yeah, and they know they're gonna work.
They gonna work.
They gonna work.
They've been working ever since they put on that blue uniform.
Speaking about blue uniform, hit the other picture, fam. I think this is my last one. Is my last one?
Yes.
See how I had this coming?
Yeah.
Is that after you cross?
I had just crossed.
I knew it. I knew that.
Just crossed.
That's a fresh Sigma Sigma.
Fresh, man.
That's fresh. Boy.
I think my wife bought me that. My wife got me that. That's Phi Beta Sigma Incorporated, baby.
Spring, fall.
That's fall. 1992.
Fall 92. So, when you say that's why we wear that blue, it's a good segue. You are a member of Phi Beta Sigma
Incorporated. Yes.
1914.
That is correct.
The only organization with the ladies as a traditional sorors. Bylaw.
We're tied together by bylaws. We're brothers and sisters. We're the only organization that are bylaws, brothers and sisters. Everybody else collab, call themselves brothers and sisters, but we're the only ones that are written into bylaws as officially brothers and sisters.
That's awesome. And it, me being part of several organizations, shout out to the squares and stars out there. Shout out to my military fraternity. Shout out to everybody. But when we show that, I've been seeing a lot of stuff like people, and I might go off, denouncing their letters. Have you been seeing that? Like,
I have not.
Yeah, it's like, because they talk about it's not a Christian-based organization or whatever, but y'all stop it.
To each is his own.
Facts.
Right.
Facts. So, we got fall 92. How did it feel?
It's crazy. I'm going to tell you why it was crazy. Because I went to Texas A&M, but we didn't have a chapter.
Don't tell me you went to PV.
I pledged under the Sam Houston Theta Rho.
Okay.
But they handled us, man. They took us around the PV, TSU, Sam Houston, Baylor, you name it.
So y'all were like the charter.
Yes. So they made sure we wanted those letters.
Facts. And you wear them proudly.
Man.
I see it in the colors.
That is.
I see it in the colors. So, Coach, so when we talk about, we got to bring up Lancaster Lightning. That's our next meet coming up after this one.
After the Swift meet. Shout out to Coach K-Row.
Oh, he's a good dude, too.
My partner, man. And my track uncle, man.
So, tell me about this. So, when I mention these organizations, and what I love about you, Coach, it's all love. It's all love. You talk about some we don't mess with them. They this, they they. And I'm like, no, we can't mess with you because we don't do no negative vibes here. Coach Dozier's all positive.
That's it.
Positive vibes.
That's it.
So, as a parent, I know it's a hard segue. As a parent, you said something a couple weeks ago that actually, back in April, that I've been sticking to. You said Thursday is a meal for Saturday.
Correct. 48 hours.
How does that? And so what we've been doing is giving them like chicken and like stir fry.
Grilled chicken.
Grilled chicken. Yeah, grilled chicken.
You go get your starch in, get your veggies in. That's your meal. That's your meal prep for your meat.
For Thursday.
For Thursday feeds into Saturday.
Because when you had those it was a Saturday. I didn't know. It was a Saturday, and when I guess we were doing time trials on that Saturday, I gave him some cereal.
There you go.
His stomach was bubbling.
You didn't know.
I ain't know. He talking about, hey, my stomach hurt. Like, why you running so slow? You got that milk in your belly. That's what. So we don't do milk no more. We don't.
Nah, you know, you gotta think about milk. The milk get hot, it spoil.
Yeah. Hey.
And then your body produces energy. So if you got milk in your stomach and you warming up, starting to get ready to run, that's creating energy. That's heat. Milk don't do good with heat. Have you ever drunk hot milk?
No, I don't drink milk. I'm lactose tolerant, but like, I don't mess with milk. But boy, I gave him some cereal, and then when you said that, and you started talking about nutrition,
there you go,
and stuff to eat. I was like, oh, that's why he ran so terrible like that. Because he had a big bowl of cereal. Hey, Frosted Flakes.
Say, man. I try to equate it to automobiles. I try to tell the kids, like, hey, your body is a high-priced, expensive car. If you got a Lamborghini, if you got an expensive car, you can't go put regular gas in it. You can't.
No,
You'll tear it up.
Yeah, put that. What was 93?
You gotta put that Supreme in there. That's a good meal. Think about it.
And they do. So they really be Thursday. They cheat meal is after the meat.
There you go.
They cheat meal is after the meat.
3 days to work it out.
And
because you know Monday coming.
Hey, coach said first practice. Hey, first 3 weeks we just conditioning. We don't worry about no races.
No.
And we just gonna be running.
Don't even bring your spikes.
Yeah, we just.
They not needed, not required.
Hey, first 3 weeks, they boys was running. I was like, well, we gonna see. I was kind of holding off paying my money. I want to see if he.
I'm trying to make you quit.
I knew it.
I
knew it.
I'm trying to make sure this is what you want to do, so I won't waste your time, your athlete time, or your money. So I'm really looking out for you.
I know, because I was like, my wife's like, you don't pay. I said, wait a minute. He said first 3 weeks conditioning. I know what you're trying to do.
Trying to run folks off. You can't be half in this sport.
You got to be whole in it.
All the way in. All the way. Remember I talk about cheating my sport? I ain't going to let you do it.
No. Oh, hey, you two trying to call? Hey, if the phone line's on, we have some. Hey, Rashad, give us a call. Give us a call at 469-708-8609, Rashad. He said, keep trying to call. Take the call in now. Come on, Rashad, give us a call, brother. He's called at 96. So, when it comes to that nutrition, what should Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I guess off day, and Thursday, what is the conditioning practicing like if for your child? Like if my kid's not a track, but I want to put him in there. What can they expect?
From a meal perspective? Or
we're going to go from meal perspective and then when they at practice perspective.
Yeah, you have to remember this sport is a full body demanding sport. And you don't really get timeouts or half times or nothing like that, right? So it's all about getting your carbs because you're going to burn those carbs, right? So it's all about...
So for track, carbs are good.
Yeah, because carbs create energy, right?
So I've been trying to keep them away from bread and stuff like that. Pasta.
Not necessarily bread. I'm not a big bread fan. But pasta, a lot of grilled food, cut out the frieds, veggies. You want to try to build up that energy because you're going to burn it.
Oh, yes. Tonight we eat spaghetti.
Huh?
I said tonight we probably eat spaghetti.
Yeah, spaghetti is always awesome.
Spaghetti
is a great Thursday meal.
Y'all hear it. Y'all heard it from Coach. Spaghetti is a great Thursday meal. We'll do spaghetti and grilled chicken in.
Awesome.
Okay. All right.
Throw some broccoli in there.
Facts.
Or green beans. You know, I'm from the Cliff. We love green beans.
I ain't a green bean man, but we can do broccoli.
Man. Get you some green veggies.
You got to get that fiber. So, hey, Rashad, the phone lines are up. I see you still trying to talk about you trying to call.
Maybe there's something going on.
All right. SWIFT. Is this an acronym?
It is.
What does SWIFT stand for?
Speed with incredible form and technique.
Say one.
Damn. Let me say that again.
Say that again, Coach.
You're going to mix speed with incredible form and technique. That's what we're gonna do.
Oh, all right. It's from Houston Corpse Fitness Training. Fruits, vegetables, the body needs the glucose from the sugar in the fruit. We do that. So our breakfasts are different in our track meets too. I'd like banana. I know that potassium's to help with the cramping.
Yeah.
Man, I was calling when you said the phone lines is up. Hey, it's up. We just did a call, Rashad. Give us a call, 469-708-8609. Because you know you got two boys track ready. Man, you just can't get right. No, you can't get right, fam. You the one who can't call in. We just did a practice call. We got I want to try to get your boy. I seen your boys. They fast. We need to get them on the team. So indoor track. Do Swift participate in indoor track?
We do for over the last 15 years.
I gotta get in.
One of the first teams that do indoor from a youth perspective.
So what's indoor track like? Is it the same?
No.
Okay.
Totally different sport.
I didn't know. 'Cause I never did indoor. I never did indoor. So what's indoor track like?
Typically, indoor track is ran on a much smaller track.
Oh, it's smaller.
Right? Yeah, so the outdoor track is 400 meters. Typically, on average, your indoor track is about 200 meters. So if you run a 400 outdoor, that's one time around. If you run it indoor, you got to run around twice.
Ooh.
They don't have 100. They have a 60 for the most part. They run 55 sometimes, but mostly it's 60 meters. So you don't have time to mess around in that 60. You got to have a great start, and you got to have a great transition. You got to take all the phases of your 100 and make it into 60.
Okay. Is the track indoor? I never did indoor.
Banked?
Yes.
Some of them are. It depends on where you go. You want to run on a bank track.
Oh, you want to run on
Yes,
a
yes, because a bank track allows for you to build up certain momentum that you don't get on a flat track. Just imagine running fast as you can and then have to make a quick turn. That'll almost turn your ankle.
Yeah.
If you run on the bank, you run up and then you come down. There's less pressure on your ankles and you're able to build speed coming down that particular ramp.
So you want to be on lane 8.
Typically, the best lane on the indoor track is about lane 5.
Oh, in the middle.
Because typically indoor track it's normally 6 lanes.
6
not
lanes.
8.
Okay, see,
So you want to be like in lane 5. That's a little bit more on the outside.
So when is just wasn't meant to be. Well, Rashad, put your question in the chat and I'll ask it for you, dog. Put your question in the chat and I'll ask it for you. When does indoor track season start? So I want to put my son in indoor track. So if a parent want to do that, how do that?
Typically, we start training in October, right? And we train for probably about 6 weeks or so before the first track meet indoor. Typically is in December, right? And then indoor track runs from December-ish all the way through to like February, the end of February, and then outdoor starts in March.
Is there like a Junior Olympics for indoor, or is it just like it is?
It's called Nationals.
Nationals?
Indoor Nationals. And they have it on the AAU side and the USATF side. So you get to pick.
Is there field events on indoor track?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. We might at the football. We gotta start
And
that.
Ash need to be in the 60.
Ash need to be in the 60.
Yeah, man. He's a lineman, man. Got to have quick feet.
Facts. He
Quick
is.
feet
He is
and
a
leverage.
And let me tell you something. Him running track, so the head coach of the football, we play flag, you know what I'm saying? He said, we pulling this year. I see Ashton moving. We going to pull. He going to be the pulling guard this year.
Hey, man. The quicker you do something, the better you are. Think about it.
So we do.
If Ash can get to that block a half a second faster, he got that much of a chance to win that battle.
Okay, so indoor track. So with indoor track, I do see the kids that ran indoor track and the outdoor. From what parents were telling me and them seeing their videos, the improvement.
Yes.
Like they're a little bit step faster. They're a
Yes.
little bit step. They're more explosive on the 100. They're more explosive on the 200.
Yes.
So if track is going to be your goal, it's best to do both.
That's my recommendation. Commit to the process.
I love that. So you run the 100. I'm watching. Well, there's no blocks for what we're doing right now. I see.
Yes.
There is blocks?
Yes. The reason why you haven't seen blocks that much, I don't know if you've seen it. I've started pulling them out now. It's because at a lot of time in developmental meets, blocks will slow that meet down so much because a lot of kids really don't know how to set blocks in a timely manner. So where now it might take, just say, 30 minutes to run the 100, if you bring those blocks out, that 30 minutes might become an hour, hour and a half. People fooling with them blocks don't really know how to do it.
Are there blocks at JO? Like,
there are definitely blocks at JOs.
So any kid on our any kid period in an organization that's running these meets, not at a block, they need to start training on how to get
your block work in. Oh, you're gonna get left in the blocks. But you gotta know how to use blocks, because if you're not using them effectively and correctly, they're more of a detriment to your race than added contribution to it.
Because I'm glad we talked about it, because I'm going to ask that from like jump. So when you come out, now we're at JO, you come out, hunt it, dig, head down. When should you start lifting up?
Coming up. It's going to vary based on the runner, but a typical drive phase is somewhere between 10 to 20 meters, right? You come up too fast, you're going to be behind when people still driving. You stay in that drive phase too long, it's not good either. You got to kind of find what kind of works best for that particular athlete, and it only comes with practice.
Okay, so what's a typical good? I'm gonna use both. Tall, long stride.
He different.
So you got a kid who's tall, and a kid who's short. The reason why I'm saying this is because my son tall in his age group, but he's running against short kids. So you look him and Jathan. For every one set, to me he looked like he's running slow, and Jathan's running faster.
It's different. It's called gaits.
Okay, then tell us about gaits, Coach.
Gaits is the simplest way to do it is like their stride pattern. Some people have smaller, quicker turnover, right? Take for instance Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson had a small gait, hella turnover, right? Then you look at Bolt. Bolt didn't have, he had hella turnover, but it didn't look like it because his gait was so long, because of his stride pattern. Bolt was finished with that 100 in like 31 strides.
Yeah.
Think about that. Motherfucker take 31 strides and he threw it 100. That's crazy.
That's a long.
And then, for example, and I don't know the exact specifics, but Bolt might have been 31 strides. Mike Johnson in that same race might have ran 40, 41 because his gait was shorter and his turnover was quicker. So people say he run chop, chop, chop. Now his gait was smaller. So that's the difference between. So it kind of varies based on the type of runner you are.
Oh, okay, it's gait. Okay, I'm learning something now. New gait. Okay. So that's because I'm looking like, man, why you look like you jogging, but it's just his
stride pattern, his gait.
So if
he's covering ground, he's taking one step, another person might be taking two.
So how do you? So I might be doing them wrong by trying to get him quick feet.
Depends.
So we would,
if he's losing something.
Yeah, I don't know.
He can keep that same gait and still turn over faster. Now you got something. But if you shorten up his gait,
I was trying to shorten his gait up.
Yeah.
Like we trying to do ladders. Like
you want to do as much as you can that is as natural to that runner as possible.
See, that's why you coach. That's why. See, that's why. Because I'm not okay. I'm gonna stop.
You can speed his turn up over without shortening his stride. That's what you want to do.
Okay. Hey, okay. I'm gonna have to. All right, we won't stop. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to stop that. All right. So the sprint mechanics remain the same. Who is Marcus Houston Corpse Fitness Trainer? You heard of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Coach Marcus.
Oh, he got his whole business. Okay. Coach. Remember the acronym. All right, then, Coach. I got you, man. You gotta legacy. What does that mean to you, and what do you want the legacy of your organization to be?
Man, I want the legacy to be that of family. That means a lot to me. I don't see my parents as parents. I just see them as my track family. That's my legacy. And I want the legacy to be, I want this track team to be just a vehicle that the athletes use, the parents use, the coaches use to become better people, better contributors to society. That's what I want my legacy to be. Swift is just something that brought us together. But I want the legacy to be family. We look after one another. Are we always gonna get along with everything? No. But that's what family is about.
Yeah, family,
Being able to kind of work through that tough conversation and have it and know. I want every parent to look at me and say they know that I got their kid best interest at heart. They might not like it, but they know that that I got their best and this organization got their best interest at heart. That's what I want the legacy to be. Fairness, togetherness, and striving to be the best that we can be.
That's great. Well, Coach, we're gonna have to wrap it up. We're coming upon our close up time. So, with that being said, give us some two things. Give us some word on one. How can a young athlete who's not part of Swift, how can a parent who has a child not part of Swift get in contact with you to be part of the Swift family and talk your shit about this weekend?
All right, let me answer the first one first. Just send an email to info at DesotoswiftTrackClub.com and just say, hey, I'm interested in my kid joining the program. We take kids of all athletic ability, right? You don't have to be a superstar. Our job is to make you the best you that you can be. That's it. That's my only promise, is that. Okay? Now, talk my shit about this weekend. It's the Memorial Weekend Classic. It's where it goes down. You think you the shit? Bring it. That's what this meet is for. Bring it.
You stand on business on that.
Stand on business, man. This I told y'all before earlier in this conversation. This is where you come to find out who you are and what you're trying to be. And if you need to go back to the motherfucking lab and redo that shit all over again, because it's not going to work.
Y'all heard that from not only the man, the legend, Coach Dozier. We've been here. You heard it from Coach Dozier, president, head coach, Soto Swift. Hey, two-time state champion.
That's us.
Golden Bears, South Oak Cliff High School. Not only, how people say, oh, I went to A&M, I went to Prairie View. No, graduate of Texas A&M, father, parent, dad, and to me, friend.
Husband.
Hey,
Miss Dozier.
My I apologize, please.
You ain't finna get me fussed at.
I'm sorry, Miss Dozier, because I want to buy a shirt. Don't add no extra $5 on my shirt. Who's a wonderful person. Shout out to all the coaches. I know I'm kind of new. I just do the shot put, but y'all been together tight knit. Shout out to all the coaches. Shout out to all the people in the organization that make this organization run, from the smallest to the biggest. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the parents. Shout out to all the other track clubs out there. I called your name not to be just. I like y'all. I like who y'all are. I mess with y'all. And shout out to everybody who watches Superman Lover Show. We love you. Once again, use your condom when your third leg stand. That's what I always end on. Hit me with my song, Big Fella. One time. Hey, if I'm still talking, Rashad, you should have just called in, man, or just put your question in, dog. What's up, Pat? That's BYSL football.
Memorial Weekend Classic.
It's coming down. I'm gonna be there. I'll be in the shop, but I'll be on the side of school. But
Come stand on your business.
and if your girl ain't throwing 45 feet, you ain't gonna get that big.
You gonna be in trouble. You ain't gonna get that big medal.
You ain't gonna get that big medal. If she ain't throwing 45 feet, you ain't gonna get that big medal. I'll let you know. I'll holler. One love.